Basketball Wives, Season 7, Episode 2. This is your boy, Day Day. Let's go. So, the episode starts off with Jennifer and Evelyn talking shit and walking as usual. I don't know where to be walking to, how far they walk, but they walk and talk. So they're talking and they're like, oh, Evelyn's like, well, you know, when Shannon came up to me, it was really nice, it was really mature, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But then they get into the real meat. And Jennifer brings up to Evelyn that when Shawnee, her, and Tammy met, that Shawnee spilled the beans and told Tammy that Evelyn was talking shit and doing impersonations or whatever. And Evelyn's like, well, why does she do that? Like, why she have to say that? Like, why, we're just all just friends talking. You know, we're all just friends talking. I'm just like, well, you're not all just friends talking because you don't fuck with Tammy and Tammy don't fuck with you. There's a difference. Now, if they all were friends, if the four of them were friends, then I can understand that just being a kiki. But you don't kiki about bitches that you don't fuck with. That's just my opinion. So we get over from there, and Kristen is the chosen one, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all that Kristen is the chosen one of the group of the newbies, you see it already, because every season they choose 3 new girls, and out of the 3 new girls, they usually choose one girl who the main clique fucks with, and the main clique being Tammy, Jennifer, Shawnee, and Evelyn. But in this case, Tammy's out the main clique because she sees them for who they really are. So now it's just the mean girls, Evelyn, Jennifer, and Shawnee. So first, Kristen is meeting up with Shawnee because Kristen's husband coaches Shawnee's son. And Kristen's going on about how she has this rambunctious 1-year-old child and how she ain't about this life and that it's too much. And she also mentions that because Kristen was all over the place this episode, Kristen met up with almost everyone on the whole cast this episode. So then Kristen meets up with Malaysia, Jackie, and Cece, and they're talking. And here goes Kristen again talking about how she's overwhelmed with one-year-old child. And I'm just like, Kristen, there has to be more to you than this, baby. Like, this can't be your storyline. This is not cool. I mean, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and hope it's not her storyline, but Kristen, it's not looking too good for you. And you gave me fake bitch tease this episode. And I'll explain that later. Well, actually now. So, like I said, Kristen's meeting up with everybody this episode. So then Kristen goes to meet up with Evelyn and Jennifer. And they're having a good time making vegan pizza. The shit actually looked good. Like, I was surprised. Like, I was like, okay, this shit looks really good. For some reason, Jennifer and Evelyn don't like Cece, and they're bringing up stupid reasons for why they don't like her. Oh, her tits are too big. They can't get past her boobs. I'm just like, you guys are so childish, mean girl, high school girls. Like, everything is about aesthetics with them. It's all about looks. So they then talk about how they heard that a long time ago, before Cece met Byron Scott, that she used to peruse the gym looking for men to take back to her spa to give them happy endings. And in my opinion, Kristen was being a fake bitch. She was laughing, kicking. Really? Are you serious? I never heard that before. Not really defending someone who you have already have some kind of, relationship with. Now, I don't know if they're friends per se, but you guys are kind of like family. She's dating your father-in-law. This woman could be your mother-in-law one day. So talking about her and kicking with the enemy at this point, to me, it's not a good look. So they do that, and then she goes to meet with Jackie and Cece, because Cece is Filipino. See, I'm confused about this. Cece's Filipino, but she's doing Polynesian dances. I did not know that Filipinos dance like that, so I'm a little bit confused. Somebody help me out. So they're dancing or whatever, and when they stop, Kristen spills the beans about, what Evelyn and Jennifer said. And what pissed me off the most this scene is the fact that coming into the dance class, Kristen is saying in her confessional, now ever since I talked to Evelyn and Jennifer about what Cece allegedly did, I'm looking at her sideways like it's like is this really true? And I'm just like, you've known this girl for 4 years. Like she is pretty much family, and it takes two girls that you don't really know off the street to have you looking at your friend slash mother-in-law soon to be sideways. That's some shady ass shit to me. So Cece's upset, and rightfully so. We get over to Tammy because it's so funny because Evelyn is so fucking miserable. Evelyn is miserable. She's crying about her embryo. She's like, I have my embryos in the lab and it's just like they're already fertilized. Like, I don't know what to do. Do I want to give them up for adoption? Do I want to have them? Do I want to destroy them? And even though I don't fuck with Evelyn, I kind of felt bad for her because this can't be hard. But I'm just like, the embryos are half Carl too. And it's just like, whatever you do, Carl has to give you permission, I think, right? Because it's half of Carl's embryo. And it's like, when it comes to Evelyn, why would Evelyn want to have a kid with somebody she's not with anymore? And why would she want to have her and Carl's kids out there up for adoption when they're both like public figures? And destroying them is just like, to me, like having an abortion. So I'm just like, you know what? Science makes everything so much difficult, right? Science makes shit difficult. So we contrast from Evelyn's miserable life to Tammy, and Tammy's living her best life, y'all. Financially, career-wise, and emotionally. She's in a stable, loving relationship, and she's, her career is just taking off. So he's taking pictures of her for Bonnet Chronicles or whatever. She's laughing because, he keeps on smiling, so he's making her laugh or whatever. And they start talking, and she starts saying some real shit. Basically, Tammy does not know who to trust when it comes to Shawnee and Jennifer, because Jennifer talked so much shit about Evelyn in the past, and now they so close and they best friends. Fake shit, right? I wouldn't want to fuck with somebody like that either. You talking shit about this girl for years, but now y'all BFFs? Fuck that. And then with Shawnee, she feels like Shawnee has taken Evelyn's side, or she's more of a friend to Evelyn, and I've always felt that way. I have always felt that way. I've always felt like even though Shawnee may be Evelyn and Tammy's friends, I always felt like she always leaned more towards being Evelyn's friend than Tammy. I've always felt like she was more loyal to Tammy. More loyal to Evelyn than Tammy. And Tammy feels that. And, we're just being supportive. He's saying that Evelyn, she idolizes you, and I think she does too. I think that Evelyn is jealous of Tammy right about now. So they have that. They all meet up with the exception of Evelyn and Shawnee. And I'm just like, Evelyn, why didn't you go with your friend to the Lions Den? You knew y'all been talking shit, and y'all know how these shows work. You knew that there was a chance that what y'all said about that girl Cece was going to get brought back to her, especially considering that y'all said it in front of her so-called quote-unquote friend Kristen. So they're all there. Jennifer is the last to come, and when she comes in, it's all eyes on Jennifer because everybody got something to say about what Jennifer did, because Jennifer's been busy being messy. First, Tammy has her turn because Tammy feels like Jennifer going to the party and saying, Tammy said hi to the people that she fucked with was her being messy. And I agree. Like Tammy said, y'all been friends for 5 years. You know what's real and what's fake. And that wasn't some shit to be said. She didn't even mention names. You don't even know who she don't fuck with. So why even mention that shit? That could have been kept to yourself, Jennifer. Messy. Then Cece, it's Cece's turn to confront her. And I feel like Jennifer was very nonchalant. She didn't really give a fuck, basically. She was like, well, it was just a joke. I heard it was funny. Ha ha ha, you're a whore. I'm just like, to normal human beings, that shit's not funny. But maybe in Evelyn and Jennifer's mean girl catty world, that shit is hilarious. They're not human to me. Tammy walks out because Tammy is over this whole fucking show. She's outgrown this show. You can really tell that Tammy's heart is not in it, and she's moved on from the show. She's outgrown the show. So Tammy's walking out. Jennifer is following her to get some extra screen time and another scene. And Tammy is basically telling Jennifer that real shit. She's like, Jennifer, don't be the bone collector. This is not you. Because I forgot to mention that in the confessional, when Tammy finds out that Jennifer has been talking shit about people, Tammy's like, this is not the Jennifer that I know. And pretty much what that said to me is that when Jennifer's ass gets around Evelyn and they link up, Jennifer becomes this really nasty, messy person. Birds of a feather be messy together, basically. And she's like, and she makes Jennifer feel like shit. This was so funny to me. She was like, now I'm pretty sure that Cece has heard so much shit about you that's been said about you, but unlike you, she came to meet you with an open heart and not bringing up oh shit and being judgmental or whatever. And I was like, Tammy speaking that real. And Jennifer, I will listen to Tammy. Because I feel like even though Tammy pissed at you, I feel like Tammy, she's speaking that real, basically.